This is Stephanie with the Bay Citizen. San Francisco is in the process of passing a new cell phone law that would require retailers to post something like this in their stores to warn consumers about cell phone radiation. We're here in San Francisco to see what people think and to see whether this is actually helpful. First up, what is radio frequency energy? Do you know what radio frequency energy is?
Don't have a great definition of it, no. Just the energy coming out of the cell phone, I guess.
Something got to do with waves, like that goes from like radios or like phones or anything like that.
Into your brain?
Yeah.
No idea what that is.
Oh, radio frequency is the energy that's the RF energy that comes out of any kind of electronic device that has a radio signal.
So I'm going to hand this to you now and take a look.
Okay.
Is this helpful and will it make you use your cell phone in a safer way?
Yeah, I think the first bullet and the third bullet are helpful. I don't think the keeping distance between you and your phone, like my dad tried that a little bit and it eventually just ended up right back in his pocket every day. But text instead of talking is good.
How do you normally talk on the phone? Do you use a wire or do you hold it straight to your head?
I hold it straight to my head.
And how often do you talk on the phone?
Probably 2 hours a day.
Probably 4 in total.
I'll probably talk the most, probably like 6 or 7.
Most of the time I use it to my head like this, but sometimes in the car I have a wireless jack and I put it into that
How often do you use your phone?
very frequently.
I got a son that he works 12 hours a day, and I say he's on the telephone 9.
So do you worry about that?
Yeah, his telephone gets so hot sometimes he swaps telephones.
I would be positive about this information being made available to people before purchasing their particular cell phone. I think some consumers would not be aware of the radio frequency issue, so I think this would be valuable to have, but I don't think it would help people make appropriate choices for themselves if they had differential information about each different device.